A new Wizard of Oz movie has been announced that will be released next year. Will we finally move past Judy Garland and the MGM Films' clutches on the Oz community? No, of course not. Why the heck would you ever shut up about that ex-boyfriend that you just can't get over? Hello fellow Ozians, and welcome to the channel. With the release of Wicked for Good, it only seems inevitable that we would be hearing from other movie studios on further Oz productions. One of those such productions has been announced by Variety. Leonardo DiCaprio's Appian Way, Chad A. Verdi's Verdi Productions, and Danny Strong have partnered to make Oz, a documentary about the making of The Wizard of Oz. Tom Donahue, Mafia Spies, This Changes Everything, has been tapped to direct. Oz, which is currently in production, will take a behind-the-scenes look at the 1939 production that, according to the film's description, tested the limits of its creators, which included director Victor Fleming and star Judy Garland. The doc will also examine how and why the film went on to become a timeless classic. The Wizard of Oz remains deeply embedded in our culture, and its impact continues to resonate today, DiCaprio says. We're fortunate to have the chance to tell the story, and to do it alongside Danny Strong, Chad Verdi, and the team at Verdi Productions. Donahue will use never-before-seen or heard footage and audio to explore how the beloved classic was forged in crisis during the height of the Hollywood studio era, and why it became and remains one of the most influential films ever made. The movie has spawned sequels and musical productions, including the Broadway spin-off and eventual film adaptation of Wicked. The Warner Brothers film was made with a 3-strip... That's interesting. So, we're not going to credit MGM. Okay. Was made with a 3-strip Technicolor 35mm motion picture camera, which at the time was state-of-the-art. A new digital version of the film screened in Las Vegas at the Sphere in August. That is a very interesting way of describing the Sphere. A digital... Okay. There's a lot to unpack here. Okay, so we're not going to be getting a new adaptation of any Oz media. We're of course going to be yet again talking about the MGM film. The ex we just can't get over. Don't we just love that? Anyways, do I think we really need another documentary about the making of a movie that is probably one of the most well-documented productions in movie history? No. I do find it interesting, as far as being an Oz fan, at how interested non-Oz fans or lay fans are just so extremely fascinated by the making of the MGM movie than the movie itself. Recently, a coworker found out that I was a big fan of The Wizard of Oz. And rather interestingly, their first question wasn't, why do I like The Wizard of Oz? Their question was, what do you think about the making of that movie? I've also heard other Oz fans in their movie reviews for MGM's The Wizard of Oz. The only thing that they actually talk about is everything that's not on screen. Yes, I've heard multiple fan reviews like this, where they're pointing out, oh, that's where that scene was cut. That's where that music cue was cut. That's where this line of dialogue has been rearranged. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. They're talking about everything that we can't see instead of talking about what's right in front of you. The movie. It amazes me to no end. I have heard people that are not big Wizard of Oz fans actually describe the Wizard of Oz better than Oz fans themselves, because they're so hyper-focused on the making of the movie and the behind-the-scenes of the movie than the actual movie itself. I know. Crazy times we're living in. So anyways, it's surprising and not surprising that we're getting a new documentary about the movie, since it seems like that's a major course of conversation with a lot of people. Now, the article mentioned that there will be never-before-seen footage and audio. What exactly does that mean? Have they actually recovered alternate cues from The Wizard of Oz that we don't know about? Are there deleted scenes that they found? Considering all of the efforts that have been made recently in England with finding lost films and television, it would be rather fascinating if someone actually found deleted footage from The Wizard of Oz. I don't think we should ever rule out the possibility that maybe one of the early screening versions of The Wizard of Oz might have survived, considering the earliest film that Oliver Hardy appeared in was recently discovered, and it's been missing for over 100 years. Let that one sink in. So, the possibility of maybe Wizard of Oz footage being found, still on the cards. Crazy enough to say that. Now, of course, all of what I just said might be absolutely nothing, and it might be that, this never-before-seen footage is literally just interviews with celebrities. That might actually be what it is, but we won't know till it comes out. Anyways, I think there have been some fabulous books and also documentaries that have been done about the making of The Wizard of Oz. Is this something that I'm extremely excited about? Not really. Unless there's absolutely some kind of new lost footage that will literally debut in this documentary, which would be amazing. I'm not too overly excited about this particular project, since we seriously can't get over Judy Garland in the MGM movie. It's almost going to be 100 years ago that this film was made. Just let that sink in. That time is approaching. We will be alive to see when the MGM movie turns 100. And we're still banging on about this movie. Because, yes, it is a cultural icon. It is something that has absolutely embedded the pop culture of America and the world. But can we finally move on and let other productions be made that are not compared to it? That's the thing I'd like to know. Are you excited about this project? Or would you prefer that we had a documentary on maybe another Wizard of Oz production that doesn't get a lot of attention? Let's have a discussion down in the comment section. And if you liked that video, please give it a thumbs up, comment down below, and subscribe. New videos are posted every 2 weeks on the 15th and last day of each month. And if that doesn't satisfy your appetite for Oz, follow the link in the description to ozclub.org and join the International Wizard of Oz Club. Until next time, bye y'all.